Ladies, when a man starts missing you in secret, you got to understand something about how men operate. Men don't walk around talking about their emotions like women do. Women can tell a friend, girl, I miss him, and it just flows out. A man will swallow his feelings, bury them under his pride, lock them behind his ego, and pretend he's completely fine. But the funny thing is, a man's heart will betray him long before his mouth ever does. When he misses you, it shows up in these small moments, these habits that start creeping back, these sparks of behavior he can't hide, no matter how hard he tries. You become the thought he tries to avoid. And the more he tries to avoid it, the more the thought sticks to him. The first thing that happens when a man secretly misses you is he starts showing up in little ways. I'm talking real subtle. You'll see that text pop up on your phone that says, hey, just checking on you. Just checking. No, he's not checking. He's missing you, but he'll disguise it as concern. Or he'll send you something random, some meme, some TikTok, some quote that he knows will make you laugh. That little lull, this reminded me of your message. That's not random. That's intentional. That came from a moment when he saw something and immediately thought of you. He could have kept it to himself. But missing you makes his fingers move before his pride kicks in. Men don't contact people they're not thinking about if he's reaching out, even if it's light, even if it's casual. Trust me, you are running laps inside his mind. And sometimes he won't even text you directly. He'll watch your story the second you post it. He'll like your picture faster than anybody else. He'll linger around your social media like he's invisible. Men love to act like viewing a story doesn't mean anything, but a man who misses you will pay attention to everything you do online, because that's the only way he can be close to you without actually showing that he's trying to be close. It's his way of saying, I'm still here. I'm still checking in. I still care, without having to say a word. And if you post anything that hints at you being happy, looking good, or glowing a little brighter, oh, he sees all of it. And it hits him harder than he'll ever admit. The second thing he does when he secretly misses you is something even stronger. He starts remembering things. See, men forget everything. We forget where we put our keys. We forget what day it is. We forget what someone told us 5 minutes ago. But when a man misses you, his memory gets real sharp. Suddenly he remembers your favorite drink order. He remembers what you said last time you were stressed. He remembers that song you love, the one you used to play in the car. He remembers your laugh, the way you roll your eyes when you're annoyed, the way you talk when something excites you. And he doesn't just remember, he starts replaying those moments in his head. He might ask you a question that makes you wonder, how did he even remember that? That's because he's been thinking about you more than he wants to confess. A man who's moved on doesn't remember the details. He doesn't recall the small things, the little comments, the tiny memories only the two of you shared. But a man who misses you secretly holds on to those moments like they're his only connection left. And the reason those memories come back to him is because they comfort him. When he misses you, he starts revisiting the times when he felt close to you. It's like a movie he plays in his head every night before he goes to sleep. Sometimes he even surprises himself with how clear those memories are. He didn't realize how much attention he actually paid to you until he lost you. The third thing that happens is probably the strongest sign of all. A man who misses you secretly gets jealous. Oh, he won't admit that. He won't show it outright. He'll try to keep it cool, but inside he's burning. He'll notice if you're posting pictures looking extra good. He'll notice if another man comments. He'll notice if you seem happier. And even though he's trying to act like he doesn't care, that feeling hits him right in the chest. He might ask you casually, so, who's that? Or you've been busy lately. When he says that, what he really wants to know is whether someone else is getting the attention he used to get. And this jealousy doesn't always come out as questions. Sometimes it comes out as extra effort. He'll suddenly try to impress you again. He'll try to say something funny, something deep, something that reminds you of the connection you shared. He might pop back into your life at the exact moment you start moving on. And that's not a coincidence. Men have this strange radar. The moment you pull your energy away, the moment you stop giving him what he used to take for granted, the moment you start giving that attention to yourself or someone else, he feels that shift. That's when he comes back, trying to see if he still matters. A man who misses you secretly might not be brave enough to say it, but he will absolutely feel it. And that feeling shows up in ways he thinks are hidden, but they're not. That stay safe text, that out of the blue memory he brings up, that sudden interest in your day, that little tone in his voice when he hears another guy's name. Those are all signs, because men don't express emotions directly. That's not how we're wired. We show you. We move differently. We act differently. The heart speaks through behavior long before it speaks through words. When a man misses you secretly, he tries to protect his pride while protecting his connection to you at the same time. That's why it looks confusing. That's why he acts indirect. That's why he shows up halfway instead of all the way. He's battling between wanting you and wanting to look strong. And the truth is, every man who has ever missed a woman deeply has gone through that same silent war. He doesn't want you to know he misses you, but at the same time, he hopes you notice. When a man starts missing you secretly, he goes into a private battle nobody else sees. Men are taught their whole lives to hold it together. Stay strong. Don't show weakness. Don't show vulnerability. So when he misses a woman, he's not going to come out and announce it. He's not going to confess it to his friends, and he sure won't admit it to you first. But even when his mouth stays shut, his actions start exposing him. A man can hide his thoughts, but he cannot hide his instincts. He can pretend he doesn't care, but the truth will leak through the cracks in the smallest ways. One of the first things that happens hard, is that he starts circling your world without stepping inside it. He checks on you without checking on you. He finds reasons to slide into your day without making it obvious he wants that connection again. He might say something simple like, "Hope you're good," or just making sure you got home safe. Those sounds tiny, but they're not. Those messages are a man trying to open a door without knocking too loud. It's his way of saying he still feels something, but he's too unsure of your response to come right out and say it. That's how men protect themselves. They don't want to look like they're pressed, even when they are. And it's not just messages. You'll start seeing his digital footprints all over your life. He's watching your stories before anybody else. He's liking your posts faster than people who talk to you every day. He'll scroll through your pictures like he's looking for clues, because missing you makes him curious. It makes him crave information. He wants to know what you're doing, who you're around, whether you're still the same woman he had access to, or whether you're turning into someone new without him. Men hate feeling replaced. They hate feeling forgotten. So when he misses you, he keeps up with your life from the shadows. The second thing that happens when a man misses you secretly is that your absence becomes louder than your presence ever was. A man does not realize what he had until quiet moments hit. It's when he's driving alone that he thinks about your laugh. It's when he's eating something you used to cook that he remembers the way you'd season things differently. It's when he's scrolling through music that he hears a song that used to remind him of you. And suddenly he stops and listens to the whole thing. Missing you becomes part of his routine. You become a thought that shows up at random times for no reason at all. And men don't always know how to process emotions when they hit unexpectedly. They don't sit around analyzing feelings like women do. Instead, they go back to memories. They replay conversations, recall moments, picture the way you looked at them when you were upset or happy or playful or hurt. The details he ignored before suddenly matter. He remembers things he didn't even know he paid attention to. That's a man's heart waking up after you're gone. Then there's the jealousy. Not the loud, dramatic jealousy. The quiet kind, the kind he thinks nobody notices. The kind that grows inside him without a sound. If he sees another man compliment you online, he notices. If he hears you're talking to someone new, he feels something twist inside him. If you're not looking good and enjoying yourself, he sees it and wonders if someone else is enjoying you too. He might not say anything, but the jealousy hits him hard. And men hate jealousy because jealousy exposes the truth they don't want to admit. It reveals that he still cares. And caring when he's trying to act like he doesn't, that's conflict. That's the thing he tries the hardest to hide. When a man secretly misses you, even the smallest sign that you might be moving on makes him uncomfortable. He might act like he's checking in casually. But what he really wants to know is whether someone else has taken his place. He might joke about your posts or tease you about something you shared, but that's his way of testing the waters. He's trying to see if he still has a place in your world. Because for men, losing access to the woman they once cared about hits differently. It bruises the ego. It shakes the pride. And missing you secretly becomes a silent reminder of what he lost. Another thing men do when they miss you secretly is compare other women to you. He won't say it, but he feels it. He'll talk to someone new, but she doesn't laugh like you. She doesn't challenge him like you. She doesn't bring the peace you brought. She doesn't understand his jokes the way you did. A man doesn't realize the value of a woman until he experiences her absence in the presence of someone else. That's when he notices the difference. That's when he starts thinking, man, she really was one of a kind. Missing you makes him measure everything else against you. And missing you also makes him reflect. Men don't reflect until life forces them to. When things were good, he didn't think deeply. When you were around, he didn't evaluate himself. But when you leave, when the silence becomes real, when your energy no longer surrounds him, he starts looking at himself differently. He remembers the times he didn't show up properly. He thinks about the moments he took you for granted. He replays the situations he could have handled better. And whether he tells you or not, that reflection is real. Missing you turns into regret if enough time passes with no action. Sometimes the missing gets so strong that he tries to distract himself. He'll go out more, talk to more people, try to stay busy. But distraction is temporary. You still appear in his mind the second things quiet down. Men can run from a lot of things, but running from a woman they truly connected with never works. That memory stays. That energy stays. That place you held in his life stays open, even if he pretends he closed it. And the most surprising part is, most of the time, the man misses you long before he admits it to himself. He thinks it's just curiosity at first. Then he thinks it's just habit. Then he thinks he's just checking in. But after a while, he can't lie to himself. He realizes he misses the comfort, the support, the way you made him feel like he mattered. He misses the conversation. He misses the energy you brought into his world. He misses the version of himself that only showed up when you were around. Missing you secretly becomes this pull inside him he can't shut off. And even when he tries to act strong, even when he tries to move on, even when he tries to convince himself he's fine, the truth is always louder than his pride. When a man misses you secretly, it becomes a quiet storm inside him. Men don't know how to deal with emotions that don't match the image they try to project. We're raised to be strong, tough, unbothered, and in control. So when he starts missing you, he doesn't know what to do with that feeling. He won't sit down and talk about it. He won't admit it to anyone around him. He'll carry it silently, trying to keep it together while his heart keeps pulling him back to you. It's strange. But the moments he misses you most aren't dramatic ones. It's the small moments, the everyday routines where you used to exist without him even noticing. Now those moments feel empty. He'll be in the store and see something you used to buy all the time. He'll pick it up, look at it, then put it back. Because it hits him that you're not there anymore. He'll hear a joke, and his first instinct is to send it to you before he stops himself. He'll be lying in bed trying to fall asleep, staring at the ceiling, thinking about the last time you talked, the last moment you shared. That's when the missing hits the hardest, when everything is still, when there's nobody around to distract him from the truth. Men don't like silence, not when they're missing someone. Silence makes feelings louder, and when he misses you secretly, he starts noticing things he ignored before. He remembers your reactions, your words, your energy. He remembers things you said in passing. There's this moment when he realizes that the way you cared, the way you loved, the way you listened, nobody else is doing that for him. He starts comparing, without meaning to, every new person he meets to you. That's the part that bothers him the most, because he doesn't want to admit you were special. But he can't hide from it. The connection he had with you becomes the measuring stick for every other connection. And nothing feels the same. Jealousy also creeps in quietly. He won't say it out loud, but he feels it. If he sees you glowing, improving, living your life, something inside him reacts. Not because he doesn't want you to be happy, no, that's not it. It's because he wonders whether that happiness includes someone else. A man who misses you secretly will pay attention to details you don't think matter. He'll look at who liked your posts, who commented, what kind of caption you used. He reads between lines that aren't even there. Not because he's controlling, but because he's scared. Scared that while he's holding on to feelings he won't talk about, someone else is stepping into the place he used to be. That fear doesn't disappear no matter how cool he tries to act. Sometimes missing you makes him frustrated with himself. He'll try to distract himself, but nothing works. He'll go out with his friends, laugh, talk big, act like everything's fine. But when he comes home and the door closes behind him, it hits him that he can't joke his way out of his feelings. That's the moment he starts questioning his choices. He thinks about what he did wrong, what he should have done differently, how he let you slip through his fingers. Men don't think deeply when things are comfortable. They only reflect when they lose something meaningful. Missing you forces that reflection. He might even think about texting you a dozen times, but stop himself out of fear. Fear of looking weak. Fear of hearing you've moved on. Fear of facing the truth that he still cares more than he wanted to. So instead of reaching out, he watches from a distance. He lingers in your world without stepping inside it. He wants connection. But pride makes him stay behind the line. Missing you turns into this inner tug of war. Part of him wants to reconnect, and the other part wants to stay guarded. And sometimes the missing gets so strong that it changes how he sees himself. He starts seeing the moments he took you for granted. He starts replaying arguments and realizing he should have handled them differently. He notices how easily he dismissed your feelings, and now he wishes he had listened more. That's the irony of men. We learn the lesson after the test is over. When a man misses you secretly, he also recognizes the parts of himself he should have fixed when he had you. But the biggest thing is this: even when he doesn't reach out, even when he doesn't talk, even when he pretends he's moved on, the missing remains. Because missing someone isn't about communication. It's about connection. And when he had a real connection with you, it doesn't fade just because time passes. Men feel deeply even if they love silently. And sometimes the silence reveals everything. When a man misses you secretly, it does something to him that he doesn't even understand at first. A man can go through his entire day acting like nothing is wrong, laughing with his boys, working, talking, doing everything like normal. But the moment he slows down, the moment he gets even a second alone, that's when the truth starts creeping in. Missing someone doesn't show up with a loud announcement. It sneaks in quietly. It hits him when he's wiping down the kitchen counter and remembers the way you used to do it differently. It hits him when he drives past a place you two used to go. It hits him when he hears your favorite song playing randomly. And instead of changing the station, he listens to the whole thing because part of him wants to sit in the memory. That's how missing you works: slow, steady, and deep. He tries to brush it off at first. Men always try to shake off emotions like they're shaking water off their hands. He tells himself he's just thinking, he's just bored, he's just tired. But that's not it. What he's feeling is that void, that space in his life where your presence used to be. And even if he's the one who walked away, or even if the breakup wasn't messy, missing you doesn't care about the reasons. The heart remembers what the mind tries to ignore. Missing you also makes him more sensitive than he'll ever admit. Certain things trigger him. Maybe a smell, maybe a picture he forgot he had, maybe a message thread he scrolls through late at night. He reads old conversations, not to torture himself, but because he wants to feel connected to something that meant something. And that's the thing about men. They don't miss women they were never connected to. They miss the one who got through, the one who left a mark, the one who touched their spirit in a way that doesn't fade. And one of the biggest signs he misses you secretly is that he gets restless. He doesn't sleep the same. He tosses and turns. He picks up his phone, puts it down, picks it up again, thinking about texting you. He rewrites messages in his head that he never sends. He wonders what you'd say if he reached out. And each time he gets close to hitting send, his pride drags him back. That pride is the chain that keeps him silent. It's the shield men use to protect themselves from being embarrassed, from looking weak, from risking rejection. He wants to talk to you, but he also wants to protect his ego. That's why missing you hurts him in a way he doesn't know how to handle. Sometimes he even tries replacing you, not because he wants to, but because he's trying to fill that empty space. So he talks to someone new, texts someone new, tries to laugh with someone new, but it doesn't feel the same. It feels forced. It feels empty. He realizes quickly that the connection he had with you isn't something that shows up again easily. He'll compare without meaning to. He'll look for parts of you in other people. He'll notice that the new person doesn't react like you, doesn't understand him like you, doesn't challenge him or calm him like you did. That comparison isn't fair to anyone, but he can't stop himself from doing it. Missing you becomes a quiet reminder of how rare the real thing was. He also becomes protective over you in ways he didn't expect, even though you're not together, even though he's keeping his distance. The thought of someone else having access to you eats at him. He sees someone complimenting you, and it bothers him. He sees you looking good, leveling up, glowing, and he feels that mix of admiration and fear. Admiration because he always knew you had that in you. Fear because he knows other men see it too. And the idea that someone else might be stepping into the place he used to hold. That's what makes his chest tighten. He won't tell anyone this. He won't admit it out loud, but he feels it. And even when he doesn't reach out, he checks on you in ways you might never notice.